You may have noticed many of our chefs using peeled and seeded tomatoes. Now, many of you may think the life is perhaps a little too short to peel a tomato. I tend to sometimes. But if you want to avoid that nasty tomato skin, this is the way to do it. I'm going to give you a masterclass in peeling a tomato. The thing about it is, when do you use a peeled tomato? Well, really, the only time I can really think about it is if you're going to do long, slow cooking with tomatoes, say a stew or casserole, because you get those little rolls of skin that come off the tomatoes. The tomato skin just doesn't break down, OK? So you want to take it off for that, ideally. You open a can, really. But hey, now I'm going to show you how to do it. Well, I've got a lovely tomato here. Now, some people, no names mentioned, take a peeler and they peel a tomato, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do and works only when your tomato is rock hard. Now, you wouldn't be eating a rock hard tomato in the first place, would you? So that one goes out of the window. What chefs tend to do, especially if they're doing a big batch, is they tend to blanch it in boiling water. So we get a nice tomato like that. And let's see, we've got a plum-shaped tomato. There's a plum-shaped tomato. Take off the little green corner, and then what we do is we make a little cut at the top, like that, like so, and a little cut on the bottom. Now, this is especially important to do if your tomatoes are quite firm. If they're ripe, you possibly won't need to do it. So we'll just do that anyway, with a round one, just the top like that, nick it there, and we just plunge that in some boiling water. Now, at this stage, you would have a bowl of ice water ready because you want to arrest the cooking as quickly as you can when you see the skin just starting to peel away. And normally, depending on how ripe the tomato is, that could take anything from 10 seconds to about 25 seconds, OK? Now, what we got here, hopefully, is something that's going to peel beautifully. Now, you got here, you just see what I mean? It just comes off like that and peels so well like that. And if you, by chance, put too many in at once, which you don't want to do, and you get some overcooked, I'll show you what they look like. This is an overcooked tomato. The skin comes off together with most of the flesh, you see. OK, so you don't want that. It goes all squidgy and horrible. Now, let's move those out of the way. Now, if you're a chef, you'll probably want to know, probably won't want to know, actually, how to seed a tomato, but you in home might want to know how to seed a tomato. So we just nick those out like that. And then to do what we call a concasse is like that, and like that, like that. Now, a chef also, maybe you might only be doing 1 or 2 tomatoes, in which case, well, we'll take another tomato and then show you how to do it with a knife. It's very simple. You take the seeds out again, like so, and then you push the end of the tomato down on the board and you get your knife and you feel the blade pushing against the board and you end up with that, with very little left on there. So there you have a little petal. We like petals in tomato.